What's up, people? Welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. Today we'll be working with controllers in this tutorial. We are going to generate controllers with GUI, using GUI. We are going to learn the relationship between URLs and controllers, and also understanding the responsibilities of a controller through action methods. So, first let's go to our browser. Let's go to GUI. How to go? I do have a tutorial how to generate and go into GUI. First we put R equals GUI and hit enter. You'll be come to our code generator. It will say welcome to GUI. So then let's click on the start button on code generator. When we click here, you get something here, this page. So in our model class, you know, the acronym for CRUD is create, read, update, delete. Okay, so now in our model class, let's create and say app models country. Let's put country lowercase because whatever we have right over here in our database. Next, in our search model, let's create, say, app models country search. Next, for our country class, we want to say app. For our suffix, it's going to be changed to controllers. And then we want to say controller, country controller for our controller class. Control class name, yes, we need that, that's it. And let's hit preview. Let's hit generated. And we'll have generated right here. I do have all this file, that's why they want to override it. So let's hit generate again. Go to our IDE. Before we start, let's see what a controller does. So a controller are a place in your code where you load and save models and provide data to your views. To know what type of controller to load first is by default. It just comes from the URL that we have over here. If we open the controllers folder in our IDE, which we have country controller, if we open the controller folder and go to site controller in our IDE, we will get this. And then we see a method called action about right over here that we have. We just see a single line of code that is about the about section, and which uses a render method to just return back our about section page. So now we understand what our controllers do. Now let's go and open up our country controller that we have right over here. So see, GUI is so smart, so it just generate us our code. We just put our model class and stuff, and it generates some code for us. So now you can see that they have several actions in our country controller, and each one of these can correspond its URL. For instance, we look at action index method that we have over here, action index. So, and if we want to see if we can access, we simply go to our browser to access our action index. Let's delete this and let's write country/index and hit enter. You will see our page, which we have countries from our databases, right, that we have created. We have different kind of, so we do have access to it. So now let's go back to our IDE, and in our action index that we have, the first line we have search model new country search, right? we need to know that the method is creating a new country search object, which uses to get country filter objects. Next, the second line takes user search parameters and feeds them to our country search object. Whatever it does, it will get all this and it will feed the country search object. Lastly, in our last return statement over here, we already see a render method that we have over here, but in this case it has a second parameter. The second parameter, which is an associative array that we have over here, and each item of this array is an object which the controller is created, which is now passing to the corresponding view script, which is the search model right here. It's passing over a view script. So, for instance, the search model variable that was created in this controller, it will be open in the views controller index.php, which is over here. Views, go to the folder country, and you will see index.php, which we have over here. So next, let's go to our browser. Let's go to our country/index, and let's click on the I button on anything you want. So I'm going to use the first one, which is AU, which is Australia. Click on the I button. We are redirected to a different URL, which is the view ID equals AU, which is the short one, which is the code that we are getting it from our database. So next, let's go to our IDE. If we look at our action view, in our country controller, a single parameter as a ID, it is fed in the find model that we have in the bottom of the script, right? Which is simply called the find1 method. This is basically called a find1 method. In order to load a model in the corresponding ID, throw an exception or no new model is found with that ID if anything happens. Next, that model is passed through a view controller and view.php in this page. At last, let's look at some complicated controller methods. So let's go to our browser. Let's go back to our countries. And in our countries, let's go to our pencil button. And we are here in our update country page. This page creates a form which is pre-populated with the attributes. Go to our IDE. Let's go back to our IDE and go to our action update in our country controller right over here. Our action update, first thing it loads the proper model. It loads the proper model based on the ID parameter that we have here passing, and it's specified by a URL. So next, it seems if the form is submitted, it checks if the form is submitted, then it will attempt to save it. If the form is valid, then the control redirects us to our view action. If form is not submitted or is not valid, it will load the form update page again. So I hope you guys understand controllers by using GUI and how we work with it and how we understand controllers. So in our next video, we will be working with views. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.